A very good evening and welcome to a brand new edition of Weekend Crime Time News. I'm Arundhati Mudannayaka, and as always, let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines tonight. The funeral of the fisherman who was killed in a shooting during demonstration in Chilao held this evening. A court order issued preventing any demonstrations during the funeral. Minister Vasudeva Nanakara says that one should not surrender to imperialist pressure.
දැන් රුපියලේ වටිනාකම අඩු කිරීමට එකඟ වීම හෝ අඩු කිරීම අපි යටත් වීම.
The Thammannawa land in Katharagama, where gems were found to be auctioned on the 24th. Problems arise owing to schools that were closed during data Kerala being conducted until 3 p.m. The funeral of Whitney Houston to take place in the United States. Now the stories in detail. The funeral of Anthony Fernando, who was killed in a shooting that was carried out during demonstrations against the fuel price hike in Chilao last week, was held this afternoon. According to our correspondents, a large crowd had arrived to pay their last respects to Anthony Fernando today. Meanwhile, a court order was issued early today preventing any demonstrations during the funeral. Fishermen in many areas, including Chilao and Negombo, staged demonstrations for several days against the fuel price hike. A resident of the Egodawat area in Chilao, Anthony Fernando, a father of two, was killed in a shooting that was carried out during a such demonstration organized on Wednesday. The remains of Anthony Fernando were lying at his residence in the Egodawat area till this evening, and later it was placed at a separate location as there was no sufficient room at his residence.
We would like to humbly request from the government not to harass unarmed innocent individuals in this manner. I think there had been earlier incidents as well. We would like to urge to use the police power and weapons in a cautious manner. He did not demand death but requested to reduce the fuel price, because at present those engaging in the fishing sector are faced with much difficulties due to the fuel price. However, he died following the unrest that arose in the event.
Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe, who paid his last respects to Anthony Fernando, expressed views to the media subsequently.
We believe that the government needs to admit it was wrong. Anthony Fernando was not killed by a random bullet. He was shot dead. Therefore, the government needs to take steps to look after the future of these children. We are going to present this before Parliament.
The remains of Anthony Fernando were taken to the St. Sebastian Church in Egodawatha at around 3 this afternoon. Reverend Peter Charles, Diocese of Chilao, conducted the funeral mass. Following the religious observances, the body of Anthony Fernando was interred at the Egodawatha Roman Catholic Cemetery. The second national conference of the Socialist Alliance was held in Colombo today.
Topics such as international arena, economy, constitutional reforms and good governance were discussed at the conference. You cannot talk of a solution without talking about the 13th Amendment and its compositions. To solve the national problem, powers should be vested on the provincial councils. On the other hand, there should be representation of all nationalities to the central government. A political solution should be properly created based on the devolution of power. The development process should be taken ahead not by burdening the working masses. We have requested that the government to intervene to withdraw all indirect taxes on essential items so that they can be obtained for a reasonable price. We have also presented a request for a suitable salary to be given so that the people can live. We should not surrender to the influences of imperialists because of imperialist pressure. We should create mechanisms to face them. It is a surrender if we agree to depreciate the rupee value. What is the government's problem? No income or less income? How did this happen? The tax revenue of the government declined from the GDP. The reason, those who can pay taxes evaded from that. There is a large number in the country that should be arrested for tax fraud. Without increasing the income of the government, we cannot protect our forces.
Another massive protest was held in the Maldivian capital Male yesterday after evening prayers. The protest was organized by pro-Nasheed supporters and the Maldivian Democratic Party.
Speaking to us earlier, our reporter on location, Ramesh Irugal Bandara, said that a heavy security presence was also evident during the entire course of the protest meeting. The protesters demanded for immediate elections. Since former Maldivian President Mohamed Nasheed stepped down, his supporters have been staging massive protests in the Maldivian capital.
The largest protest rally ever organized in Male. Over 20,000 people from across the Maldives have arrived here to show their support to former President Mohamed Nasheed. Now these people are calling on the current government to immediately step down and hold early elections. I'm Ramesh Irugal Bandara for News First from Male, Maldives.
Well, the much-anticipated concert of renowned Bollywood singer Sonu Nigam is currently underway in Colombo. Meanwhile, Sonu Nigam held a media briefing yesterday.
A large crowd, including local artists, were present at the media briefing, which was followed by a cocktail. MTV MBC are the media partners of the Sonu Nigam concert.
I just want to first tell you that my mother is pretty unwell for the last 1.5 years, and my mother expressed her desire to come to Sri Lanka with me. So you know how much we respect and how much we love Sri Lanka. All of us, the Nigams, my whole family, my father, my mother, my wife, my son, myself, all of us are here just to see Sri Lanka, just to meet the people of Sri Lanka. There is a very special significance in our lives, in our hearts, for Sri Lanka.
As the largest private electronic media network in the country, MTV and MBC, who owns Sirasa, Shakti, MTV Sports, YesFM, YFM, and News Plus brands, constantly partner with artists, communities, and organizations who understand people and the shifting essence of diverse, complex, multilingual society. The wonderful thing is that music can provide a connection that brings people together. Sri Lankan audiences appreciate and understand good music, as music is a part of their daily lives.
Sonu Nigam did not forget to mesmerize his fans with a song at the occasion.
सूरज हुआ मध्यम चांद जलने लगा आसमां ये हाय क्यों पिघलने लगा मैं ठहरा रहा ज़मीं चलने लगी धड़का ये दिल सांस थमने लगी हो क्या ये मेरा पहला प्यार है सजना क्या ये मेरा पहला प्यार है
Well, gems found on the road, issues between parents and children. Well, these are the side effects of the gem deposit that was discovered accidentally. The land where the gems were found is to be auctioned on the 24th.
Areas surrounding the gem deposit on the Kataragama and Lunugambehera Road have been declared a prohibited zone by the Tissa Maharama Magistrate Court.
Our mother stays on that side all the time. We are not even allowed to go there. If we go that way, she asks why and send us back. Please get us this land. This is a gift given by the Kataragama god to the innocent people of this village. So please give it back to the villagers.
The discovery of this gem deposit has led to various family problems. A release issued by the Kataragama police said that the area surrounding the gem mine in Tammennawa and the road from Kataragama to Lunugambehera have been declared a restricted area. According to our correspondent, a large group gathered in the area today as well, with the intention of finding gems. We are waiting, unable to obtain at least a piece of a gem. We haven't eaten since afternoon. People are waiting, thinking that an opportunity would be given at least to take a sack full of earth. According to the residents of Tammennawa, the gem deposit was discovered thanks to the good fortune of the villagers.
This deposit must be given to us. We have been suffering for so long. We don't ask for jobs or aid. We want what we found.
This was given to the people of Kataragama by the god of Kataragama. They put security during the day and chase away the people. At night, big shots arrive and take away what is there. That is all that happens here. A large group gathered at the location this morning with word getting around of a gem deposit. This was the reaction to the Kataragama police to this. This was how the people flocked to the Tammennawa area when gems were discovered from the area on the 14th. Issuing a media release, the Government Information Department said that with the intention of allowing more people to excavate for gems at the location, the land in question would be auctioned on the 24th. The release also said that as per the instructions of the Defence Secretary, the area has been secured with maximum security. The area has also been declared a restricted zone. The release added that the auction will be held at the conference hall of the Kataragama Pradesha Sabha on the 24th.